Hey, well,
Hello,
we'll
everyone. Hello, Grace. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. And I'm so excited that today my good friend Grace G Hom is with us, and we're going to be talking about light language activations. We're going to probably be doing some processes as well, and we've been taking some questions live. And so some of what we're going to talk about today is about light language and how light language can support you to evolve and embody higher consciousness. We're going to be talking about some galactic light languages, which can support you to understand and access your starseed gifts, and how all light languages have healing frequencies that will support the healing of emotional and physical pain. And everyone can speak a light language, and often people are receiving spontaneous activation from listening to other people's light languages, which is so true. I hear that all the time. And light languages can support you to access healing energies from nature, star systems, the earth, and even animal spirits. So we're going to be talking about all of that and more. And for those of you who don't know Grace, she is a light body whisperer and light language activator. She has over 20 years of combined experience in healthcare and alternative healing. She works with science, spirituality, and intuition to facilitate her clients to transform health, financial, and relationship issues. And her gentle presence, profound intuition, and powerful activations often awaken the intuitive gifts and light language abilities in others, making her a much sought after mentor and teacher to light workers and wayshowers. And, you know, Grace has been on our show many times, and we're always so happy to have her back with us. And the thing is, whenever Grace is on the show, we just have so much fun. It's such a high vibration. You know, the energy is such a high vibration. The energies were already flowing before we even started. And, you know, you're going to find both of us laughing throughout this call and this conversation. So I'm so excited. So Grace, welcome back to the show.
Hello, Alara. Thank you for having me on your show. And hello, everybody. I am so excited for this show because it's almost like we've been preparing for this time since lifetimes. And, you know, the more I'm doing light language, the more I'm learning from my clients about what it's doing for them.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like how we can embody sovereignty. We talk about sovereignty and liberation and all that for so long, but to be a totally sovereign being, you can heal yourself, you can make choices for yourself, you can do so much yourself as a sovereign divine being. And a huge piece of this is owning your own light language. We're not talking about just owning your own voice, right? All of you have been fabulous with that. But owning your own light language allows you to start healing even more, but to go beyond healing and to create and to speak your dreams, speak your dream life into reality, speak a new earth into reality.
Awesome.
That's the exciting part. So yeah.
And that's the thing, it's about, you know, this is about creating our new life, right? And so part of our purpose here is to support you in being the best version of you, living your greatest life, which means creating your greatest life. You know, being the best version of you just means, you know, less limitations, less of those limited beliefs, you know, being more expansive, being more you. So Grace, I'm so excited because, you know, well, it's fairly brand new. I mean, it's, you know, like you've been doing this for like maybe 6 months to a year now, but and it's like it spontaneously activated within you, right? So can you start off by just telling us, how did you start speaking light language? Because when you mentioned it to me, I'm like, what? This is new. I haven't heard this. It's like, when did this happen?
Yeah, I was so excited. So the day after Christmas, I was taking a bath, taking an Epsom salt bath, and just really being in that space of deep relaxation and deep gratitude, right? Because it's after Christmas, where I was like so grateful for my life, for my all the gifts people send me, for finally being in touch with some friends that you're in touch with just once a year, like Christmas, and so on and so forth. So I was just sitting there thinking about it, and suddenly the light language shows up, and I was speaking. I thought, oh, this is new and different. And then I speak it. I thought, oh my God, this is new and different. And I didn't want to stop. So I was in my bathtub for 3 hours speaking light language because I didn't want to forget it.
Right.
And I
Beautiful.
feel so different. So yeah, but you guys, sorry, we won't be taking a bath together to make this happen.
Yeah, and not everybody has to have a bath to get their light language activated, right?
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Yeah, exactly. And so, so light language, you know, there are a lot of people on the call who are watching who are familiar with light language. You know, I've been familiar with light language and listening to light language. And sometimes when I'm doing my own healing work as well with my clients, spontaneously light language will come in, but it's not always a verbal thing, right? It's sometimes like hand gestures and just energy flowing, right? So can you share with
Yeah,
all of us a little bit about what is light language according to you, what you have learned, and what can light language do for people?
yeah. So to me, light language is a carrier for healing frequencies. It's sounds and syllables that are already in our body and in our DNA. So no matter how you speak it, where it's from, whether it's galactic or elemental or earth or angelic, no matter how you tap into it, because sometimes we are in alignment with the angelic, sometimes we are in alignment with Gaia. So no matter which range of light languages you tap into, it will do healing for you, a part of you that's called to heal, because we already have light language in our bodies, in our tissues and DNAs since the beginning of time, right? Because sound healing is natural to all of us. And the beauty with light language is that it bypasses our rational mind
Mm.
so that healing just happens quickly and spontaneously. And I know that at this time, the earth is also wanting more people to speak light language, because this is such a powerful time. We're in the middle of the Lionsgate, right? Lionsgate portal opened just a few days ago. It will last till about August 12th. So in this time, we are all called to be in alignment with the sun in Sirius and bringing down different galactic light languages to anchor light codes and healing frequencies for the whole earth, and also to speak the new earth into being together. And I love when I have a big group to teach, because as soon as one person starts speaking spontaneously, another person does, and another person does. And then we are all speaking it, because we are all tuned into a higher calling to be the ones, the way showers, the vision holders, and the ones who will speak a new earth into being together.
Mhm. Absolutely beautiful. And that's the thing with light language, you know, it's always been a higher vibration healing frequency. You know, that's what I've always experienced. And whenever I would hear light language or, you know, receive light language for myself, I would always feel a much more expanded state of being, right? I would automatically come into alignment with who I am, and be more present, but expanded, right? So it does do, it's healing, but it's also, I find it raises your vibration, and it expands you to experience more, to receive more, to tap into more, right?
Yeah, and I feel like it really is a vehicle that totally allows us to play with many more realities, with many more dimensions of reality. Like, I know you're a multi-dimensional healer, so you are automatically accessing this in your own way already.
Mm-hmm.
For some of us, light language would be a way to unlock that, so that you are connected to this place of timelessness where you are accessing multiple timelines and accessing healing from different dimensions. And there's many people talk about oneness, we are one, blah blah blah. But here's what oneness really means to me. When we talk about light language,
Mm-hmm.
you are accessing healing frequencies from any star system you want, from big planetary star systems, to being able to access the light codes and sounds and frequencies down to the level of your body and to your cells. So from galactic level down to the level of your cells, you are one with all that. So you can sound the vibration of all that. So your voice can be that bridge to you being one with all.
Beautiful. And you know, light language, I'm glad you mentioned that light language is also a bridge, right? It's also a bridge between you and the different realms, right? The different dimensions and, you know, the galactics or the angelic. So the light language can also become a bridge in that way too, for greater communication and greater relationship, right?
Absolutely. And I see people, those who are really excited about like healing the whales and being able to connect to them, because in so many ways, some people really have telepathic gifts to connect with animals and heal them. And more of us are called at this time to do healings and to be one with the animal kingdom, be one with the marine life, be one with any part of the earth that's wanting healing. That opens up our gifts as we are allowing the earth to also connect with us and speak to us.
Mm-hmm.
And we allow the galactic forces to speak to us and with us. So as we are allowing and experimenting with literally being one with all, right? When you're one with something, it's a part of you. It's just a matter of awakening that. And unlike learning a human language that has like level 1, level 2, level 3, and you take so many years with this to learn German, so many years to learn Russian, so many years to learn Mandarin, Chinese, or whatever, what light language, once it gets activated, it can be explosive. Like I taught a light language class recently,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody started speaking one or more. Most people speak more than one. And some guy reportedly, he says he speaks 20, and I believe him,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't need to count, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So whatever opens up for you, you are ready for, because you've been calling for it and you're called to be here. So
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. And so, you know, everyone is excited to be here with you to learn more about light languages and how that works. And you know, can you talk a little bit before we talk about what is required to speak light language? What are some of the light language families that you know of personally?
yeah, so I think the first light language that came to me is Galactic, because many years ago I have this friend who says she can speak angelic languages, and I thought whatever, and then I said, okay, I think I'm from Arcturus. What does that sound like? And she starts speaking, and I feel like, oh my God, my whole body and everything expanded. I'm like, oh my God, I can't, I don't know what happened. It kind of reminds me of the first time that I went to this healer that some of you may know, the Brasso, who does gazing, my
Mm-hmm.
first gazing experience, where I feel like, oh my God, I can't believe it's for real. I thought, I didn't know if he was for real or not, but he's
Yeah.
cute enough. So I thought, he's cute enough and it's only $8. Why not? So I went to see him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like that. So light language can just have that impact where everything about your life just shifts very quickly and explodes. Well, it can be
Wonderful.
more subtle too. Like, I don't know what was happening to me while I was in the bathtub, but
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing.
I
It's like
didn't explode in the bathtub.
no, no, and that's the thing. That light language is going to be different for everyone, and there are you know, so many different types of light languages, right? And so when we're talking about the families, are you talking about the galactics? You're talking about the angelic? You're talking about the nature realm? Um, and even with the
Oh yeah.
galactics, it's like the different galactics. You know, like there's a Syrian light language. There's a uh, Palladian light language, etc. Right?
Yes, there's all those different star systems. Yeah, and and, uh, and then like you said, there's some of us have this way of working with elementals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a shamanic background, you might find that you easily tap into the elementals. And then those of you who are grid workers and you've been working with Gaia for a long time, you may find that Gaia wants you to be speaking a light language that opens portals and heals the earth,
Right.
and you are a bridge to healing the earth. And then those of you who are angelic, the angelic realm totally supports you to connect with them. And I find that for a lot of the angelic languages, they come in light songs. They're soft, gentle, and such sweet light songs. So
Mm-hmm.
there's actually no right way to do it. I remember listening to a couple people who speak light language, and I thought, I don't sound like them. I mean, you all heard Judy Satori
Mm-hmm.
and her powerful light language.
Yeah.
And when I first heard her, I thought, oh my God, I want to do that. I want to do that so that I don't have to yawn and blah, blah, blah. And now I yawn and do light language because the yawning thing just never goes away. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I tend to yawn and get hot now like crazy when I'm channeling. So
Yeah,
you know,
I'm getting hot too.
yeah, right. And it's just energy flowing, so it's okay. It's all good. Just breathe. So a lot of people might be wondering, what is required for them to speak light language? What do they need, or what do they have to do?
Nothing except come play in the class. Really, because it's your birthright, right? It's your birthright. It's already encoded in you since forever. So it's a matter of giving yourself permission and then remembering. The only thing that keeps most people, including myself for the longest time, from speaking it was that I set up all kinds of expectations about how it
Mm-hmm.
sounds like, how it should be like, blah, 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 what needs to happen, and it's like, no, sound is the most natural thing we all make, even as babies. So if you just give yourself permission to be the 2-year-old, 3-year-old and start babbling, I mean, nobody corrects a 2-year-old's speech, right?
Right.
So if you don't do that to yourself and allow that, speaking is actually spontaneous for every single person. And I know how I kept myself stuck. So I know the clearance to do that would allow you to be in that state of being where light language can just happen. Because for the longest time, like I pray for it and I have all kinds of thoughts in my mind about how it should be, what it can be, blah, blah, blah. All that actually blocked my ability to do light language for the longest time. So that's why when I teach it and unlock it for you, it'll feel natural. And
Yeah.
I know that what I have to go through before I'm able to speak it. So
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. So today, we are going to be doing some clearings and processes for light language, like with or like with the light language activations, right?
yes.
And I know people have questions, so I forgot to mention this at the beginning, of course. But if you do have questions, who those of you who are here with us live on the Zoom, if you have questions, you can either raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat, and we will take some questions and just learn more, from Grace about light language, about the activations, about what I was going to say what we can expect, but it's like no expectations. No
What
expectations.
no can we expect? None. Stop it. Not allowed.
Exactly, right? It's like it's so hard for us because we all have expectations, right? So how do you get out of your head and not have expectations? That's a great question. Coming spontaneously from me right now.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing. So this is where um, being a teacher is about creating that space, that field of energy that allows everyone to be feeling safe,
Mm-hmm.
feeling supported, and feeling like they have access to their full potential. So when you know you have total access to the full potential of you, nothing can stop you. And that's what the activations are about, to remind you of the potential that's already in you. And now it's the time to awaken it, because the earth is calling for it, because humanity is at such a point where what we do together literally will change the tides of history, right? Because when you own your light language, when you own your voice, you literally have a way of embodying what it means to embody sovereignty.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's powerful. Thank you.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to take some questions. So I know that someone on the phone has had their hand raised for a while. So phone number ending in 479. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, okay? And we'll take some questions. Grace, what do you think?
Perfect.
Sounds good. All right, awesome. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Oh my God. Hi, Alara. This is Sadia.
Hi, Nadia. Sadia.
Sadia.
Yeah.
Sadia.
Hi, Sadia.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
Good. Good. What's your question for Grace?
Hi, Grace. My question is I've been facing this problem with my hair for some time now, and I need help with that.
She needs help with a problem with her hair. What kind of problem, Sadia?
Okay, so first, like I had Morgellons disease where I felt things crawling all the time in my hair and on my skin at night. And this had happened for many years. I didn't know what it was really until I researched and came across it. And now sometimes, like, when that got less, then I had this lice infection, and I did the treatment and everything, and when I do the treatment, it comes back again, and I'm like shocked that I've never experienced anything like this before. Like, why? And before that, it was like my hair was falling all the time.
All right, let's see what Grace has to say.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sadia. Well, thank you for calling and sharing and being vulnerable enough to share. And this is like a great, great example of being able to tap into the light language that your body is asking for, that's helpful and healing for you. And in class, we'll learn that. We'll learn simply to ask for what light language, what healing frequencies can I now give voice to that will respond to you, that's in alignment with your highest and best.
Thank
So
you. Yeah.
I'm going to do this for you. Roki kana kaka mori te karki ka no ka kana te ka Kora te karki ka kora te ka kora ka ko original ka ki ma ka ka bora te ka one gira ka ko ro ka ki ma ko ka cha no ka ro ka mo ka ka kana no ka ke ko or ka. So the first set of sounds I was doing was to clear things from all times or dimensions or realities that may have created this problem. And then I asked for download the healing frequencies that will revitalize your hair, and then reset the divine blueprint for beautiful head of hair. So I'm gonna do one more thing to reset stuff. So that was just to recalibrate your whole energy field to be able to receive the healing I just did. All right.
All right, Sadia, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm feeling so much lighter, and I'm burping like so So heavenly.
Good,
Oh.
awesome.
You are not me, thank God.
Right?
Oh, I just love your healing, Grace. It's so powerful. Your presence is just so powerful.
Thank you. Well, thank you for being here today and showing us what the extent of what light language can do. Because your question allows people to really see an example of how this can be done. So,
Yeah.
yeah, thank
Exactly.
you.
And like after you started, with Sadia, that the phone lines are blowing up, the chat is blowing up. There's all sorts of wonderful questions now. So thank you,
Oh my
Sadia.
God. Thank you so much, Alara, for picking my call. And thank you so much, Grace. I'm feeling so better. You can hear in my voice, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, your
Can't
voice is
believe
so much
this.
stronger and more joyful.
Oh,
So yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
she's more in
you.
her body. That's excellent.
Oh,
She's in her
bless
body.
you. Bless
Yeah,
you, Grace.
good.
Thank you,
Awesome. Thank
Sadia.
you.
Oh, bless you.
That was fun. And you know what was interesting, Grace, also was when you were doing the light language activation, I could feel stuff changing in my head, in my hair. I could feel the more activity happening in my hair. So I was like, awesome, I'll take that. I'll have that.
Yeah, wonderful.
So there was a question from Erin in the chat, and she says, what I would like help with is my biggest block to abundance in my finances, and if light language can help me and hopefully the rest of the group with these financial blocks.
Okay, that's a great question. Financial blocks is like everybody's favorite. So I totally can ask how I can clear financial blocks in all realities, all timelines. So this includes past life stuff and future lives or whatever happened. It includes family stuff because your family's in your timeline. And then
So
all
Grace, really quickly before you start, somebody's asking, can all of us also receive the healing that's given to others? I say yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially with light language, because sound just has a way of connecting, it penetrates, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So just be willing to receive. Yeah.
all right. So here we go. Claim all blocks to receiving more money, money flow, activating the money flow in your lives and whatever else. So wherever that may be in your bodies, we're clearing this from all times or space or places or dimensions or realities. And that means includes every part of your body that feels holds any stuckness or tightness from financial stresses. Okay. No, no, the crudi, crudi, crogi, hoki, markigo, correctico, correctico, magaki, oh magakiko, gonna kakano, kato, patica, kaki, kuma, kaka, goga, korkika, koma kakika, korkaka, correcticomori, get kakamori kaka, rakono, kikaratico, conatico, kamakaku, makaki, correctico, correcticacon, correctico, como pergi kama ka cuma ceki ka cuma diki ka kuma diki ka kuma ngang ngang ni ngang 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 con nó được cái cả cô nó được cái cả con mà cái kia có được cái cái con nó được cái and now we're going to just align with the galactic heart and the heart of Mother Earth. And then we're going to really anchor the new light codes for wealth, abundance, prosperity, and having ease with receiving all the above, right? Mm-hmm. Having ease with being with money, having total ease with being with lots and lots and lots and lots of money. You're going to love money. But if I tell you to love money, you don't know what that means. Here we go. So I'm going to download all the light codes for abundance with ease, for receiving with ease, for just loving money and having a new relationship with money that allows having it come to you with so much ease and joy. Kanonga jua kanonga kako kanakaki komakaki amonga ganotiki kono kinakako kanakaki kalkatiskaka konjo katiskaka kono kinakaka karakiko magrak barakika magrakikaku prichkaki richnako rokaka makaki kaka ranachikokuna karikaka makarika ko richka ke marakaki kanakiki kanakika makarika korchika richona rechina kumakaki makare karakika Ratu hariki kamakika rochikanaka.
I'm yawning, like crazy during this. That's great.
Who doesn't want more money with ease?
Right.
You love yourself with money. Love what money can do for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, Erin, for that. So Sharon was asking, can toning harmonics deliver codes for healing in the same way that light language can?
I'm gonna say yes, absolutely, because if you have the intention to, and you are in alignment with, that field of energy that allows for light codes, absolutely, and we can all connect with the 0 point field, with the angelic realm, with the galactic realm. It's all there for us to connect with. The elementals want to play with us. Mother Earth totally supports us. All the animal spirits, for those of you who do shamanic healing, all animal spirits are open to connecting with us. In fact, they're just waiting to play with us. They're like, humans, why make life so hard? We're here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to go back to, let's see, we're going to go to Caroline and go ahead and unmute you. Or you can unmute yourself, Caroline.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hi. What's your question for Grace?
Beautiful. Hi, beautifuls.
There you are. You have a nice background too. Beautiful. Love it.
Well, 3 years ago, I was at a trajectory in my life, and Grace, I came on this show and spoke to her and didn't say much, and she gave me exactly what was about to happen. So I'm at another trajectory in my life, is how I'm going to put it. And so since you're brilliant, Grace, what's the underlying message for the decision that I'm making in September?
Okay.
I feel like I'm missing something coming in.
Okay.
That's so vague.
Yeah, something coming in for you in September. What is that about? Okay. I see Orion, the star. I wonder if that's the star system that's wanting to work with you on supporting you to expand. So it feels like you're really supporting a bigger tribe to grow, like your influence, your sphere of influence really grows, and you are leading your tribe.
Nice. How does that resonate with you, Caroline?
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Sorry, Grace. Okay. When we did the money healing, money healing coming in is not so much the issue. Not the issue, but the issue for me. But it's money that goes out as soon as I receive a little bit of money. A lot of money goes out for car repairs, for house repairs, so the money healing that we did covers all of that, right?
Yeah, I understand what you mean because you're like so many people, you're allergic to having lots of money, right? So
I'm like I'm allergic.
many people are allergic to having lots of money. I used to be too. That's why people pay me bagels instead of money.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
I'm
I got
allergic to you and asking for money.
tomatoes and vegetables. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you do tomatoes, vegetables. I got bagels. Hey, see, we have to share lunch.
Exactly. Yeah.
So everyone who's allergic to money, wherever that comes from, all the everything that's tired of being allergic to having money and having money be with you, be at ease with you. Oh, oh yeah. Well, you bring up something. Geez. Okay. So everything else that goes with holding that allergy to money in place, that would be more of your personal power, right? Like having ease in this reality, because when you have more money, you have more ease in this reality. So you're allergic to having a life of ease. Like champagne wishes and caviar dreams, that doesn't mean anything to you. Remember lifestyles of the rich and famous?
Yeah.
You're all allergic to that. You're all allergic to those lifestyles. Okay, so let's clear our allergies too.
Yeah. We're all yawning here. It's like, okay.
Allergies to the stuff, the luxurious lifestyle of ease and elegance. See, I can't invite you to caviar and champagne when you do that. I'm just kidding. We gotta upgrade. Forget tomatoes and bagels. We're gonna do caviar and champagne.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So every all the resistance to upgrading your lifestyle. And all the judgments about having a life with ease and luxury, right? I get it because some of us come from families and cultures where the suffering is just out of proportion, right? I come from a communist country, having money there, oh, you gotta be kidding. Well, now it's a different story, but when I was a kid back then, oh, it was hard. And many of you have past lives, or even in this present life, where your grandparents were surviving the war, or many of you have grandparents or parents that were alive during World War I, World War II, what have you, right? So that's in everyone's DNA. So all those unresolved issues in our DNA that says, how dare you want to have ease in luxury when people are dying, right? It's just like right now, it's like, how dare you walk around without a mask when other people are sick? It's the same sort of a thinking that's coming up. You don't dare be different, otherwise you're a target.
Yeah.
Right? So having more money, having more luxury makes you a target. Of course you're allergic to money because it's reminding you of something very unsafe. So I'm glad you bring that up because that allows all of us to heal collectively the subconscious wounds that are created by war, famine, political systems. No matter what political systems all your families were in, communism, fascism, so many dictatorships, you know. So if you were the one who have luxury, who have ease and elegance in those systems, that means you were the problem people in society, right? The ones who have power, that means you were the ones that are hated by the masses, right? Yeah. So Every day that breaks up, and we're releasing this and healing our collective subconscious as well as the unhealed stuff in our collective DNA. Kono tatiko, kono koto, kritikako, kritinako, 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 kakumakaki, kama, koko, kokomikako, konotikaka. Oh, my karaki, karaki, koto, kritika, karo, kritinako, makakamaka, kritinako. So allergic to having that with ease, allergic to luxury, because then you'll be like the top 1%, and who wants to be the top 1%? That's the target of everybody. Jealousy, hate, and backstabbing, right? And then the separation that so many people do between money and happiness. They're like, you want to be happy, or do you want to have money, as if they were separate things, right? Look at those people who are happy and they don't have anything. Like, no, they're putting on a face. I think they would rather have money and elegance and luxury, but they don't have that choice, so they put on a happy face. So that separation we create within about having money, so that means you would always fear losing money and people cheating on you, this and that. So all those projections about having money, that makes having money really heavy, right? Release all that heaviness around having money. Other people's judgments, our own judgments, all the lies we buy into. Release all that. And it feels like it's almost getting heavier as we allow, as those cellular memories are now really speaking to us, the histories, our collective histories that are speaking to us and to our bodies now. The energy feels like it's getting heavier as things get allowing, right? It's feeling safe to come to the surface for healing. So, families that have been destroyed by money, bankruptcy, gambling, cheating, what have you, that's in our DNAs that are hurting us and we don't even know, right? Sometimes we have families who gamble away the money, lose their inheritance, or the divorces, the messy divorces, the cheating or what have you, everything that happens in a marriage that creates problems with money for generations to come. Because that always, don't you see it in movies? Like the guy who has the most money he's cheating with so many wives and breaks up the whole family because suddenly there's all these stepchildren coming in, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, so all those hidden family secrets having to do with money that makes having money just a horrible thing. Whatever that horrible thing may be in each and every one of your families, that's coming out for healing and release right now. So lots of unresolved, shame-based, survival-based type of core wounds and woundings in your lineage. Koro kri krigi kriji korgo kriri konaki konaki kamojika runner krigi kanan rajumaka kanar krigi Rukigi, Kurigi, Kurigi, Kurako, Makake, Kanataka, Koro, Tichka, Notaka, Raka, Rokiki, Rokiki, Raka, Nakargi, Rokiki, Mataka, Kondika, Kondika. Oh,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
How are you doing, Caroline, and everybody else?
Wishing everyone wealth, health, abundance, and happiness. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Good, that was powerful. That was intense. I don't know. I'm sure you all saw me yawning like crazy, right? And so there was a lot of old belief systems coming up, you know, that were just cleared now. So thank you for that so much, Grace. That was awesome. There was a question. There are lots of questions in the chat, and but I don't know if I'm going to find it. But somebody was asking about, could you clear our throat chakras from humiliation and something else. I don't know what it is. It's so long ago. Humiliation and ridicule, the fear of ridicule and humiliation. So when it comes to speaking light language, I think a lot of times people are afraid that they're going to sound weird or funny and people are going to laugh at them. And they're going to be humiliated, right? And I think that's the case, not just with light language, but with speaking, period. With showing up in the world. So that was from Carol.
Yes. I do know that there's a lot of self-consciousness around doing anything different, and then speaking light language and all that, feeling self-conscious about sound and your singing voice and all your voices. So, oh, yeah, that's good. Clear all that. Oh. Komaka, Oro kiki, oro kaka, oro chaniko, imo kimake, kumakaka, kumakake kamachka. Omo kimakiki, kumarakaka, non chinakarga, ritanakaka, kumachikaka. Komarikaka, roriskaka, kanarikaka, koro ratskaka, karatikaka. And now you can tap into the beautiful courage in you, the beautiful resilience in you that will rise above anything, rise above any shame. You guys are leaders. You guys are all way showers and high vibe people. I have no doubt you have the courage, the resilience to rise above all that already. So what if you tap into that energy of you rising above all that? Because when you're able to play in this field of energy with Alara and myself, it's like you don't bother with mass consciousness anymore, right? You don't. So that's an old story, and it really doesn't bother you anymore, really. You wouldn't be allowing yourself to play in this field of energy if you were still bothered by those who play in a different field, if you were held back by anything at all. So what if you're not anymore? And what if you can tap into the courage, the resilience in you that is able to say the F with it all?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know what? You know, you are a sovereign being. I know Grace talks about this. You know, we all talk about this. You are a sovereign being. You have all the gifts, talents, abilities within you and the power within you to create whatever it is that you want. A lot of times we listen to people outside of us and, you know, stop ourselves. And sometimes we listen to our own mind or negative thinking, old patterns, and stop ourselves from creating the life that we desire. So this is always, you know, it's always about coming back to all right, what do I really want? And having the courage to say, yeah, this is what I want, not that. And I'm not going to let that stop me anymore.
Yeah, and I really feel like, yeah, what if you all just take a moment to really anchor that uh, energy of courage and resilience and acknowledge that. You just need to acknowledge that because it isn't everyone who is open-minded enough to play in this field of energy. And if you're open-minded enough to even consider having a conversation about light language, you are literally light years ahead of mass consciousness, because I think that light language is probably the new language for 5D living, you know, and you guys are there already. Otherwise, you wouldn't be called to be here because you there already. You have the notion, you have the intention, you have the knowing that a different reality is possible. And in 5D, light language is how we will all communicate with one another because there's no separation, right? 5D is about no separation, literally being one with all the dimensions of reality, and then one with each other, where we can communicate with each other through telepathy or light language.
Yeah. And that's the
Yeah.
thing, it's like we can all access that, the 5D right now, right here in this moment, if you're willing to, right? If you're willing to get out of your own way, you can access that 5D energy and the 5D, the oneness and the beingness, and be able to create from that space right now. You don't have to wait for something to happen or, you know, some time in the future. No, it's right here, right now. Just expand out, right? Be willing and have the intention and know that something else is possible for you. And when you know that something else is possible, that's when you are functioning from 5D. Not just that something else is possible, whatever you desire is possible.
Beautiful. Oh my God, that's so empowering. That's a beautiful message, Alara, that whatever you desire is entirely possible. And it's true. Like, God will not give you those dreams and desires and visions if you didn't have the capacity to make it happen.
Yeah. Exactly. So tap into your capacities. All right, we're going to go to Pat. Pat, I'm going to try and unmute you. If not, you can unmute yourself. Oh, there you go. Either I did it or you did it, and then we muted you back. So can you unmute yourself, Pat? There you go. Hi.
Hello, Grace. Thank you so much for your wonderful, wonderful gift and healing experience with the group. I'm feeling it. It's just awesome. I'm asking for a healing in regard to a lightheadedness I have when I walk. I'm challenged by it. Sometimes I feel more balanced in the evening, but it's challenging me every day. And I try to stay grounded. I walk, I connect to Mother Earth, and try to do, you know, meditate.
And Pat's been experiencing this for some time.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah. So do you have low blood pressure, Pat?
No, not really. You know, I take a very low dose of blood pressure because it was really high. And she has me on a very low dose. And I check it every day. It's like 128 or something. It's not too bad.
Okay, let's see. So what else is going on? So again, I'm just gonna ask the universe
Okay.
to support me to connect with healing frequencies that would allow the light language to come through, that would carry those healing frequencies in response to your best and highest, what your body is asking for right now. Kanatika kurakika kano kika maka karakika kanakarika koro karakika karakika kano karakiki goga karakiki kanari chikma karakiki marakaki araka roka rokiratika ganakaki kanakaka kon matarchika marakaki. All right. So I think that was healing the spleen, the heart, and whatever meridians are relevant. And again, with light language, I get my head out of the way too. So like the old way I used to do healing would be like, oh, it's spleen energy, this meridian, that meridian, and kind of like diagnose, blah, blah, blah. But this allows me to just do the healing without me going in circles in my own head about what is, what isn't,
Mhm.
because it could be a number of things, right? It could be a number of things. And if you feel the energy, that's all that's important. Yeah. So thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
Many
Thank you.
blessings to you.
Blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. All right, so I just want to share a comment from Susan, and she said, as one of those Grace recently activated, believe it. I'm using mine lots and got a second one spontaneously when I was healing someone. I've actually not been able to keep quiet during this program. Every time Grace does hers, I'm doing mine. Because somebody had asked that after people do the course, does everybody start to speak light language?
They
Right?
can't shut up.
Yeah, they can't shut up. So again, it's about don't have expectations, so get your head out of the way, you know, and be willing to receive, right?
Yeah, this has been like, I just taught a light language class. It's like, they're the loudest people ever, like emailing me, like, when are you going to offer this again? When are you going to offer that again? And when are you going to have a group call just for us? They become like the loudest people ever. And it's like, wow, when people feel that in power, that they are literally taking steps to ask for what they want and create what they want in the world, right? They are sounding and giving voice to what they desire in a very proactive way. That too is about owning voice, owning power, embodying sovereignty. And yeah, that group of people just can't shut up. Sorry
So
to say this.
that's okay. So that's a great segue. That's a great segue into talking about the special offer. So for those of you who are on the live page, you can just click on special offer. Those of you who are not, you can go to alara.at/show/Grace7. So Grace, you have two packages that are available. The first one, package A, is the 4 live light language classes on Zoom, and they're going to be 4 Fridays in a row, August 7th to August 28th. So do you want to talk a little bit about what that is going to look like for everybody?
I'm afraid to tell you what that's going to look like, everybody. But we're going to come together. And I just finished teaching those classes, right? And what happens is, as I start teaching and start activating, then people started feeling like I give them permission to unmute themselves, and someone would start speaking, and that person would activate other people, and they would start speaking, and they all want to unmute themselves, and then they start speaking, and they want to unmute themselves. And it's like one of the very few calls where it's like the whole class is taken over by everybody else in class because they're so eager to speak it. And it's just the enthusiasm. I can't even put words to the level of that, of enthusiasm in the class, because it's like somebody finally finds their voice and they're speaking it. And quite a few people can speak more than one. Some guy claims to speak 20, you know, and I believe him. So we're going to come together in a class where I do the activations, and then I will just let people start speaking whatever comes up for them to speak. And if anybody's shy, nobody is shy, because you have permission to sound however you want. But once you start hearing all the different possibilities from other people, it will just activate yours. It can't be helped, because language, sound is for communicating with each other. Just like, you know, babies, you can be a 2-year-old, even if you have permission to just be the 2-year-old in you and start babbling as a 2-year-old, you can do that. And yeah, once the class starts, it's like for the rest of your life, you don't want to be quiet anymore. That's the only problem.
It's a great problem to have, because then you can use that gift to help others, right?
Yeah, to help others or to help yourself. And, you know, and in no time at all, I feel like some of the people, like as soon as they feel, they know that they can speak it and how they speak it heals and activates another person, it's like they're ready to take over my class or something like that. So
Awesome. So there are 4
empowered,
classes.
right? Yeah.
There's 4 classes, one on galactic light languages, one on elemental light language, one on angelic light language, and one on Gaia's light languages, right? So in these classes, you do activations, you use light language, light alchemy, and you also access information from their Akashic records.
Yes, yes, we play in the Akashic records so that you have a memory of all the lifetimes you were already speaking that. But we create this space where you no longer are separate from who you are in all times, right? That the space of no time, no space. When you access that, you can access so many different gifts, and some of you may find that your light language is more Lemurian. Your Lemurian past will be made more available to you. Some of you may resonate more with being a Pleiadian or Arcturian or Andromedan. Some of you may resonate with doing something for Mother Earth. Some of you may resonate with connecting with the elementals or the fairy kingdom or play with animals. And some of you may just have a way of sounding. Maybe all you do is do low tone sounds or high tone sounds. However you sound, you get feedback from others that a part of their body is responding to all of that, and it's very healing. So that's the beauty of being in the class, that you know what you do is healing for others. And then once you know that, then you just never want to shut up. And I'm like, it's pretty out of control.
So the healing is
Yeah.
for yourself, and it's also for others who hear it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. As long as, you know, you just have to be willing to receive and be open to it, you know, and open to letting go of some of your barriers, letting go of some of those limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. If you're willing to let them go and be open to receiving, you know, you will perceive a shift, I think.
Yeah. I wonder who taken the class and want to talk about it. Like, I think Faith, did you want to talk about it, or Susan? I know both of you were in my class.
So Faith, I'll go ahead, Faith.
What did she want me to say?
Anything
It
about the
was
class.
it was
How was
really fun. We had the best time, and we had some of them the most wonderful people, and the languages. You wouldn't believe the number of languages that would come out. It was really very enlightening, and I would encourage anyone who wants to speak like language to take the course. It's worth it. I feel like I've been blessed in many ways. And I've always wanted to talk like language, but I never had the courage to actually do it. And when I ever tried, it just sounded horrible. But Grace made us feel that it's not the sound that matters, it's your heart that matters. So whatever comes out is what is meant to come out. And it's perfect.
Oh, why don't you share yours right now? Because it's perfect. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Oh my
That's
God.
one language.
Beautiful.
Shuimaaya, ika I kokuchika pai, akatika, ika I kotuchika pai, ika mai, I titi kakoko.
Nice.
Beautiful. That sounds like a Gaia light language. Oh my God. Okay. And how many more did you get activated?
I don't know. It at different times they sound different. Sometimes it gets real fast. It's almost like I'm falling over my words to get them out of my mouth. And then other times it slows down and it sounds like it's just a lot of vowels, almost Hawaiian or maybe Lemurian in its frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I never know what's going to come out. It's
Of
just
course.
whatever presents itself. And it's really interesting because if I go out on my patio and sweep it off, there's a bush there, and it always wants me to speak to it in light language.
Beautiful.
Nice.
See,
That's
that's
great.
the beauty, right? That this connection, suddenly this oneness with all is an experience and not just philosophical, but a real life experience.
And it seemed
And
like
that's the
it
gift
just
of life.
came so naturally to Faith, and it just like, so it's just flowing so easily, it seemed, Faith, right?
Yeah, but it didn't in the beginning. Well, but I think it was all my barriers.
Yeah.
But Grace works with us every week to remove whatever blocks that people seem to be having. And all of a sudden, it happened. We were talking about whales. And somebody had said that a whole bunch of whales had been killed the day before. And that really touched my heart. And then, bang, she opened up the line and said, let's speak light language and send it to the whales. And it just came. So I think I needed something that would give me the power to break through my resistance. And once I did that, it was nothing. It just comes now.
Mm-hmm. That was beautiful. Wow.
And you
awesome.
Thank you.
be quiet about it, right?
Yes, and I hope you have a second class there, Grace.
I will. I will have a second class for all those who wanted a second class after this intro class. But actually, there's no such thing as intro or whatever. I never set things up in a linear fashion anymore. So there's just many more light language classes to come, many more to come, as I also get activated to learn how to use light language that allows me to do it in the same way that I do light alchemy, where I was able to just feel things and move my hands, and you'll find your way around what else wants to come besides the sound, right? You may want to move your hands, be guided to connect with different energies around you, different parallel universes around you, and so many things. And some of you who are very kinesthetic, you may feel like you are wanting to write. Like I started writing light language a month ago. So maybe by Christmas time this year, I will be ready to teach it. But you have me on calendar for later in the year, right?
Yeah, and I think December. Yeah, beginning of December, I think.
So in December, we will be doing written light language, because I'm planning for December that by then we'll move on to not only speaking it, but writing it so that you can create Christmas gifts with light language.
Oh, that's beautiful. So I was just going to say, Grace, Susan also wants to say something about the class, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that.
Hi, Susan.
Hi. It was probably the most fun I've ever had sitting with the computer. It was really very high vibration, and Grace was doing a lot of clearing and healing on us that, related to it. And it took me till the third week to really settle into mine. But she's right. It was totally unexpected. We were one person would do something, and all of a sudden I'd find myself talking, and the next person would do it. And I mean, it was an amazing group, and tremendously high energy. And I really, you know, this is what this world needs. And it's so, once you have it, it's like you step through a door to a different world. And I'm actually, I find I'm using it to heal collective trauma. Like I might call up a group of people and speak, you know, it just comes. So, so I'm just exploring so many ways that, so many different paths, and truthfully, it's just was so much fun. It was so much fun to be in that group. And
Awesome.
Will share yours with us, Susan, please, before you hang up. Share a little, please.
Echachi, echachi la kakaku, ki makika, ki makika, itala, itala, uchi, uchi.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I
so
felt
nice.
that. Oh, I just got a lot of heat from that too.
Yeah.
So my body heated up from that.
So gentle. Yeah, so nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you, Grace.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, thank you.
And it's so funny that Susan was saying how even as you were doing light language, she was also doing light language. She was also speaking the whole time as you were speaking. So, you know, she's still, I guess, you know, being activated by it, right? So it's not like it just stops. You know, you continue, and then you use it for yourself, and you use it for your clients, use it for your family, etc., for the earth, etc., right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So, you know, anything is possible, right? Anything is possible. Stay out of your head, stay out of your expectations. And so we'll just go back really quickly to the package. So package A is the 4 light language classes. They're going to be on Fridays, August 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. And they'll be, you know, obviously recorded, and there'll be replays if you cannot make it live. So if somebody cannot make it live, Grace, they can still listen to that and still be activated?
Oh, absolutely, because the energy is still there. That's the beautiful thing about sound, that it has sound has no expirations, right? The energy of sound has no expiration dates at all. It will be active. And every time you listen to the replays, more will be activated and more will be activated. And yeah, so much more will be activated than what you know. And I get that, like in a first meeting, some people may be a little shy, and you feel like, how come everybody gets it but me? And then that brings up stuff to heal, and we heal that together. And then the next class, more people will be activated, and then more people will be frustrated that everybody else gets it but them, and then we do cleanse on that, and that activates more people. And then the next class, more people will be activated, and by the end, everybody is singing and shouting and what have you. It's like everybody wants to take over the call after that. I'm like, oh, thank God it's only 4 classes. I had to put up with y'all. But yeah, by the end, it's like everybody wants to show off the light language and take over the call. And once you start talking, it's like you don't want to stop. And when you know that you're healing someone and you are activating others, it's like, wow, what a gift. And when you realize the dynamic gift that you are, of course you want to share it with the whole world. Of course you want to take over my call and be like,
yeah, exactly.
It's a dangerous class to take.
And, you know, and package A, which is the 4 classes, is only $110. So I would, you know, if you've ever wanted to speak light language, if you've been on this call today and are thinking, oh, that would be fun, you know, there's another tool in my tool belt to heal others, to help myself, to help the planet, to help humanity. You know, and you've just heard both Faith and Susan talk about their experiences in the class, and of course you've heard Grace. and what else is possible. So if that's something that you would like to play with, then grab package A. And then package B is, of course, everything in package A, the 4 classes plus a session with Grace, a 30-minute session with Grace. And just so you know, for those of you who are wanting a session with Grace, her schedule is filled until November, so you might have to wait a while, but that's okay, because it'll be worth it. Right, so both of those packages, A and B, are available at alara.at/show/Grace7. And so the first class is starting on August 7th. Is that next week? Yes, that's next Friday.
Yeah, so it starts when we are still within the Lionsgate portal. Yeah, it's important to get in so that all this is happening in alignment with the universe, supporting you to really activate this with the Lionsgate opening and all. The height of the Lionsgate opening is the very next day, 8/8. So get in now, you get the activation in 8/7. That really prepares you to receive so much more around this, the whole Lionsgate portal. You literally, like I think Susan or Faith said, it's like a whole new portal. You walk through a whole new portal of personal empowerment that allows you to really own your voice. When you own your voice, it's like you got this sense of agency. You have this extra courage, and you want to get things done, and then you're going to order me around and tell me what I need to do to support you. I'm just like, it's a dangerous class to teach, but
dangerous but fun.
Dangerous but fun. If you can handle the danger, take the class.
If you can handle the danger, you can handle the fun. And that's the thing, is like, as you've all already heard from Susan and from Faith, how much fun they had in the class with Grace. So not only did they have fun, but they're also speaking light language, more than one, right? More than one. And we all felt different things. We all perceived different things from both Faith speaking and from Susan speaking, and of course from Grace speaking, right? So those of you who are, who have sensed, something in your being shift and change, if you perceived a difference in your energy field from the light language, then it's also possible for you. All right. Susan says it's effortless, such an easier way to heal than other forms I've used.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you saw me doing healing for Pat and a couple of people, that because I've done healing for so long that I make light language work for healing, whereas other people speak it just to speak it and activate others, and that's also great. But I can show you how I use it as a tool for healing and for activating others. Another beautiful thing about the 4 light language classes that I offer is that it's not like others who speak light language, like if they speak a Syrian light language or a particular light language, that's what they activate you in, right? And then if that's not your soul family, or that's not what you resonate with, it's kind of hard to get. But the beauty with exposure to all 4 light language families is there's going to be one that really resonates with you. And when you have access to the one that resonates with you, it kind of just allows you to almost activate yourself to speak many others. And that's what happened in the class. So this is not my theory. This is what I witnessed happening in my class with all the people who started speaking light language and just couldn't be quiet.
No, that's awesome. That's amazing. And Joanne says, I was the most excited about taking the class with Grace than I ever have been before. And I was on a huge high each week we met. So do you continue to meet with the participants or with people that have done the light language classes with you, Grace?
Yes, I because they asked me to create a monthly thing for them, I now have a light language circle support group on Facebook. I also have light language monthly subscription where they get to join me on my podcast to do something for a global issue. So, and I've just been invited to have my podcast be hosted on Transformation Talk Radio, where I will have the possibility of exposure to 500,000 listeners.
Awesome.
So yeah, so if you join my class and you feel like you want to share your light language with the world, join my light language circle. And those who join my light language circle, I would do a podcast once a month where we all come together to either do light language or light song, whatever we feel like. And we're going to come up as a group, we'll come up with what we want to do. Like our last class, we did a healing for whales. So we did such beautiful light song, light language for the whales that just creates such a beautiful space and energy. So
awesome. So the starting point is this class, right? And then from that they can, yeah. So start with the class. And if people have taken the class before, can they take it again if they want?
Oh, absolutely. Because again, different group of people will bring up different light languages, as well as different possibilities for different kinds of healing. And I'm always learning more about sound and sound healing and, you know, the latest stuff in science that I can put together with creating different ways to heal. And I'm so interested in, you know, using light language to download healing codes, light codes, so many possibilities. And I also am more allowing of an exploration into the shamanic world, which I did before, but then I was told that it takes 17 years to become a shaman, and I feel like, oh, I have no business being here because I don't know where I'll be in 17 years. And then I realized, oh, we can do the quantum version of shamanic travels. That doesn't require us to play for 17 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So then I feel like, oh my God, why did I buy into that? That's so stupid.
Why did you buy into that? Absolutely. I'm a practicing shaman. It definitely did not take me 17 years.
Yeah, you don't even look 17 yet.
Thank you. Goodness. I don't even know what to say to that because, like, you know, I have a 22-year-old daughter here and a 26-year-old son. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I look good. I look good. What can I say?
You look good.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So was there anything else, Grace, that you wanted to share about either the light language classes, the session with you personally, what they can expect, and in general about light language? Or is there any other light language process you'd like to share with us?
Well, actually, I think that what I want to share is that for sure, there's a light language for everyone. For sure, it's not a theory; it's a given because it's your birthright, right? And it's also the language of 5D, so that you can use it to speak your dreams into reality, the way the shamans used to dream their life into reality. You can speak it into reality. And we are all here, not just for ourselves, as you all know, but the earth is calling for a huge shift, right? So this is the perfect time to turn the tides of history in favor of high vibration living and being on the planet. So you are all here because you are all called to be the way showers, the vision holders, the dream keepers of the earth, the new earth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We are. And and you know, this is the time for all of us to show up. And showing up means different things, but part of that could be, you know, you sharing the light language, your voice of what that sounds like with the world, with your communities, with humanity, with the planet, you know. And it's a great way to connect with your star family because we are all star seeds, right? And it's a great way to connect with the elementals, with the earth, with the animal kingdom, and with all of us, with each other.
Yeah. You're gonna be taking a class, right? Are you?
Yes, yeah, I am. I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, see, that always makes it more fun, right? More high vibe to just
I'll be
hold
there. I'm
that.
all about fun and ease. Yeah, let's do it. Let's play. I just want to share really quickly for everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of your blessings, your healings, your energy, your high vibes, your positive vibes, all that wonderful stuff. My knees are much, much better. They're like yellow and purple and all that bruised, but you know, I have no problem walking now and everything. I just can't put pressure on one of them, but so much better. Thank you. It was a stupid thing too, you know. It's like, I don't know, I was just walking my dog and I don't know what I did, not paying attention, not being present, and I was going up some stairs and I don't know what happened, but it was like, but I'm much, much better. So thank you. Because Linda was asking and other people have sent me, I've received so many emails. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate it. It was, I got better much more quickly than I thought, you know, which was great. But that day, because it was on last Thursday or something, I was supposed to do a call an hour later and I couldn't sit in this chair. I was in so much pain. I had to tell Kathleen, I was like, I can't do it. I'm so sorry. You know, I'm in so much pain. I can't. But you know, it's all good now. So thank you, everybody. I just wanted to share that really quickly. You guys are so wonderful. I just, you know, I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed. I love you all. And you know, you're just, I'm so grateful. And I know we didn't get to all of the questions from everybody today, and I apologize. There were so many, you know, which I'm not surprised because, you know, Grace is a wonderful healer and we love having her here with us and sharing with us. And so, you know, for those of you who are going to be joining the class, I'll be there too. So we're going to have fun. I'm going to get out of my own way as well, because, you know, that whole being afraid of how I sound is a big thing. But I'm going to get out of my own way and just go for it. Just play. All right. And as I'm talking, my voice is starting to go now. As I'm talking about it. So awesome. So thank you so much, Grace. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Susan and Faith, for sharing your experiences with Grace's class. And it's how much fun can we have? I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun and so light, you know, and that's what I'm feeling. The energy of it is so light, you know, like no pressure at all, no expectations, just have fun with it. And just, you know, we'll all play together.
Yeah,
right?
you know, the world changes with each and every one of you.
Yeah.
Being able to be that instrument for change through sound and voice, and you being able to sound a whole new world into being. If all of us who are high vibe and heart center are able to do that for the planet, really, this is the time to access our own personal power and shift the tides of history.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so looking forward to it. So I will see you all there, you know, whoever is going to be joining us. And there is a 2 payment plan available for both packages. So please take advantage of that as well. And it's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. So thank you so much, Grace, for a wonderful show today, wonderful class today. And thank you, everybody, for all of your, you know, comments, your feedback, your questions, for your presence here with us. And, you know, I'm just so blessed. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you.
Grace, we'll see you in a week.
I will see you in a week, Alara.
All right, bye for now.
Bye-bye.